Okay, last lesson of the unit. Real quick, 2 pages, just three-dimensional circles. So spheres, we did volume of spheres, which was a quick lesson, one formula. Surface area is going to be very similar. So a sphere, we're going to define it simply as a three-dimensional circle. There's a much more formal definition, but that's just kind of how we like to think of it. The center of the sphere, it's the same distance from any point on the surface. The radius is the distance from the center to the surface. And a hemisphere is half of a sphere. And we've actually talked about most of this stuff back when we did volume. So now that we're doing surface area, it's good to think of this as a baseball. And if we were to unwrap this baseball, we would see this sort of shape. And imagine if we were to kind of cut this part right here, imagine if this was like a water droplet, and as they broke apart, it broke and it created a perfect circle. So all of this went away and formed that circle. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. We have 4 circles. And that's as easy as it gets. The surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared, which is the area of a circle times 4, because there would be 4 of them. So that's really all we're doing. We're plugging in the radius. Be careful, check to see if I give you the diameter. And we're just going to plug in, and that's a 14 right there. Surface area equals 4 pi r squared. So that's 14 times 14, or 14 squared. That's 196 times 4. That's 784 times pi. So either you're using the pi symbol or 3.14. I like to use the pi symbol, which is 2,463. Number 2, notice I gave you the diameter here. So we need to cut this in half. And we only want to look at the radius, which is going to be 25. So surface area equals 4 pi radius squared. So 25 squared, which is 625 times 4. So surface area equals 2,500 pi. Which is 7,854 when rounded. Hemisphere. So we're going to pretend like it's a sphere. We see the radius. So surface area equals 4 pi r squared. And then we're going to divide that in half. So 15 squared is 225 times 4 is 900 divided by 2. That's 450 pi. Which is about 1414. But when we cut that in half, we can't assume that this is empty. If it is empty, we're good. If that is solid right there, then we have a touchable surface that we have to add on the area of that circle. So that's 450 plus another 225. So now it's 675 pi. Whoops. That's 2121 meters squared. And last one, I think we did this for volume. Now we're going to do it for surface area. So the top has a hemisphere. So surface area equals 4 pi. R is 6 squared. So that's 6 squared, which is 36 times 4. I'm going to leave it right now as 144 pi. And then we're going to divide that by 2, which is 72 pi. Notice I did not add on that smooth circle like we did above because it's attached there. So I'm going to subtract that out anyways. So the bottom is a cylinder. So surface area equals 2 pi r, that's the circumference of the bottom, times the height. Let's put in r. R is 6 times the height. That's the lateral area, plus 2b. But I'm not going to do 2b because I really don't want to add in this circle because it's attached there. I only want to add in the bottom circle. So I'm going to add in 1b, which is pi r squared. And since we know what r is, technically that's just pi 6 squared. So that's 9 times 6, which is 54, times 2, which is 108 pi, plus another, so this is 108 pi, this is another 36 pi. That comes out to be 144 pi. And yes, that is a coincidence that it was the same as above. So we're going to add the two together. 72 pi plus 144 pi